Hi everyone, welcome to Optimum Health God's Way YouTube channel. Today we are going to talk about unhealthful conditions should be changed and bad habits should be corrected. Why, you may ask? Because unhealthful conditions and bad habits directly lead to negative impacts on, number one, physical and mental health, like chronic disease like cardiovascular, cancer, diabetes, COPD, asthma, arthritis, Alzheimer, MS, HIV, and so on. Secondly, reduced quality of life, like physical disabilities, mental health challenges, chronic pain, cognitive issues, social isolation, poverty, job loss, not happy and healthy. Thirdly, decreased productivity, frequent distraction, putting off urgent work until last minute, or poor time management, or lack clear goals, burnt out, low morale, or disorganization. And fourthly, other problems, metabolic diseases, joint, skeletal problem, overweight, violence. And fifthly, premature death. When we think of all these, we don't want any of these in our lives, right? If we keep doing the same unhealthful conditions and have bad habits, we will get the same result. So we need to change or correct unhealthful conditions and bad habits. So now let's look at if we change and correct all these, what will happen? If we change or correct unhealthful conditions and bad habits, number one, it promotes overall well-being, like spiritual, mental, physical, social. And second, prevent health issues like chronic disease like heart, diabetes, cancer. Thirdly, improve relationships between spouses, children and parents, grandchildren and grandparents. Most of all, relationship with God. Thirdly, enhance quality of life and productivity. Like when we are sick, normally we don't have a lot of desire to do a lot of things. And with the low energy and slowness, and we don't accomplish much. But when we are healthy, our life is enhanced and we are more productive. Fifthly, saves us money, time, energy, and pain. And six, positive impact on society and community. Can you imagine the whole community or society having unhealthful condition and bad habits as a result of their sick? It's not very fun, right? And seven, glorify God. 1 Corinthians 10:31 says, whether therefore we eat or drink or whatever we do, we need to do all to the glory of God. And number 8, life can become more exciting with new normals or new routine instead of same old unhelpful conditions or bad habits. Lastly, overall life satisfaction. Imagine when you have overall well-being, good health, good relationship, good quality of life, and productive life. Of course, you will be satisfied. So, do I convince you enough to change and correct your unhelpful conditions, bad habits? If you are still not convinced, let me come closer to home. You are responsible for your own health. Secondly, you owe it to God. 1 Corinthians 6:19. You are the temple of God. When we say temple, the dwelling place of holy being. So it should be pure, holy, and healthy, don't you think? And lastly, you owe it to your family, relatives, society, and your community. Before you decide on correcting or changing all your unhelpful conditions and bad habits, number one, what you had to do is to identify all your unhelpful conditions and bad habits that you have. For example, 1, sitting too much or inactivity. Remember, a body in motion stays in motion. So the more you move, the more you can move. That means the less you move, finally, you cannot move much at all. Because it reminds me of a lady who I used to work with and her daughter. They don't like to move at all. Before long, they both become so obese. The last time I saw them, the daughter was pushing the mother in a wheelchair because they don't like to move. And secondly, snacking too much or snacking on the wrong food. Normally like salt-laden and sugar-laden kind of snacks. And eating between meals. It's not good for health at all. Or overeating, or eating too many varieties of food in one meal. It would cause digestive distress, discomfort, like bloating, indigestion, heartburn, weight gain. Or wrong kinds of food, like unhealthy fries or processed food or meat. Or fourthly, substance abuse, like alcohol, cigarettes, and drugs. Fifthly, not getting enough sleep or irregular pattern of sleep, very bad for health. Or sixthly, too many medications. They call it polypharmacy, the interaction between the medications and the side effects and all. Sixthly, stress or worrying too much. That cause high blood pressure, insomnia, anxiety, depression, and other health problems. 8. Not drinking enough water or drinking during meals. When you don't drink enough water, you happen to get headache, your blood thickens, so you need blood thinner, or you feel sluggish, your circulation is bad. You drink during meals, it interferes with digestion and add more work to your stomach. And 9, too much caffeine. High blood pressure, dehydration, insomnia, digestive issues, heart problem, diabetes, osteoporosis, because caffeine depletes calcium in the body. 10, not enough sunshine or not enough fresh air, because we need sunshine to strengthen our body, to boost our immune system. And we need oxygen and negative ions in the body to strengthen the lungs and the cells. And you might have other unhealthful conditions and bad habits that you try to identify all of them. After that, choose what you want to do with it. Either you want to keep the same old unhealthful conditions and bad habits, or you change for better health, to regain your health. Anyway, let's look at how to change. Like we already talked about it, we have to identify all of them that we need to change. And we need to be motivated and excited for the change that is for the better. Third, set simple, small, specific goals. For example, I'll walk for 15 minutes a day from now on. Or fourthly, redesign or remove anything unhealthy or bad for you in the environment to minimize temptation. Fifthly, replace bad habits with good. For example, at a certain time you smoke, so instead you go and exercise. 6, think long term. You don't have to rush, change, or correct, but at the same time make sure it's long term. You have to come up with a plan and stick with it. And 7, be patient and have positive self-talk. Remember, the change is slow, but tell yourself, I'll do it, I can do it. And 8thly, you seek support, like accountability partner, cheer you and encourage you. And 9, persist even if you don't feel like it. 10, reward yourself for every little success. Tell yourself, good job, do something fun, or buy something for yourself to celebrate. And visualize your success. See yourself to the healthy person that you will become. And have healthy outlets like exercise, walk, swim, or some hobbies like paint, write, or some music, or some relaxation to the park, deep breathing. You go out for lunch or breakfast or supper with your loved ones or friends and learn new skills or volunteer in the community to give back. Lastly, practice self-compassion. Forgive yourself for any setbacks. Tell yourself it's okay. Tomorrow I'll make it up. Remember, change is slow. For example, for cocoon to become butterfly, it takes time. But when it turns from cocoon into butterfly, it's the most beautiful thing. The same thing. It will be kind of painful process and slow, but at the end, you will be healthy and happy and productive and all. Remember, number 1 rule for habits change is don't change in a day, but 1% a day makes every habit change work if you do a little a day. So a new slogan for you can be, a little habit change a day keeps the unhealthful condition and bad habit away. Anyway, remember, do your very best and leave the rest for God to do for you. Like Philippians 4:13, you can do all things through Christ who can strengthen you. Mark 9:23, all things are possible to him that believes. So believe in yourself and believe in God. In Matthew 19:26, all things are possible with God. So just partner with God and be successful in your habit change and correction. Remember, God saves us, not in sin, from sin. The same thing. Our greatest healer, the physician, will heal us and will help us, not in our unhealthful conditions or bad habits, but from unhealthful conditions and bad habits. So we have to make sure that we cooperate with God and we participate in correcting and changing unhealthful conditions and bad habits to regain health. Otherwise, it would be like a little girl trying to destroy or ruin the sand castle while the brother is building. God wants to free us from the prisons of our unhealthful conditions and bad habits that keep us shackled up and fettered up in sickness to true freedom to health. Friends, I would like to leave you with 3 John 2. Beloved, I wish above all things that you may prosper and be in health as your soul prosper. So long until my next video. Nature is to be assisted to expel impurities. God bless.